Well, Portland police say that when it comes to drugs, fentanyl is their #1 focus right now. Officers say it's everywhere on the streets and responsible for dozens of deaths every year.
Now officers have a new tool to fight back. Fox 12's Kendra Kent explains.
Drug dogs have been used in police work for a really long time now, as their snouts are much stronger and more sensitive than our noses. And officers with the Portland Police Bureau found that it was high time that they trained their K-9s to sniff out fentanyl. And now the drug dogs that you're about to meet are among some of the first in the state and the nation to be trained this way.
Wait.
Portland Police's fight against fentanyl is now a whole lot stronger.
Her name is Stitch, and she's a Belgian Malinois, 5 years old.
Not to mention cuter.
Yes.
This is Nico. He's an 8-year-old Belgian Malinois. He's a detection dog.
Nico and Stitch are longtime experts at sniffing out drugs like meth and heroin, but they've recently added fentanyl to their arsenal, and for good reason.
We've seen a huge increase in fentanyl, like all across the country. We're getting a ton of overdose deaths from fentanyl specifically, and we're coming across it on our daily work anyways, so we thought use the tool of the dog to help us find it and get some more of it off the streets.
Officers Christopher Verbout and Chris Devlin work in the Bureau's Narcotics and Organized Crime Unit, where deadly overdose cases now make up the majority of their work like never before.
It started out with all the blue M30 pills, the counterfeit oxy. So we started seeing nothing but blue pills. And then over the last probably year and a half, we started seeing the fentanyl powder. And it's just becoming more and more with the powder, and to the point where it's almost 50-50 powder to pills.
We've had overdose cases that she has alerted to areas where we probably wouldn't have found it unless she was there. So some of those cases are really important.
Both Nico and Stitch were imprinted on fentanyl in the last few weeks and months. But for canines and handlers alike, training is where practice makes perfect.
So this is Wattman paper, absorbs in some of the odor.
Fox 12 got a chance to see the action. Check out where officers hid just a trace amount of fentanyl odor.
Have some fun.
Nico found the stash in just seconds. It might be all fun and games for these pups, but they'll never know their work is about so much more than busting suspects, especially when it comes to the danger of fentanyl.
With police officers, the ones that have overdosed typically are getting exposed to the powder in the air when something's getting open, whether it's a wallet or a bag, and it's hitting the air and it's getting blown into the face. So if a dog can find that when it's in a closed container, the officers can then approach that with a little bit more caution.
For these officers, it's the threat of the job most days. And the work is relentless, whether it's responding to an overdose.
The victims and their families, that's why we, do these investigations.
Or working a mission to take down a dealer.
Right now, our #1 priority is fentanyl.
And officers did tell us that they do prioritize dog and officer safety when doing this training. And because of that, they don't actually use the true fentanyl drug. Instead, they train with the odor of fentanyl, and that's just the smell of fentanyl placed on a special cloth. Kendra Kent, Fox 12 Oregon.